Hello everyone, so today I'm going to review my Hordak Masterverse Princess of Power Hordak from Mattel, and here he is. So this is the Hordak from the 1980s cartoon of She-Ra that I used to watch as a kid that I really like. I'll give you guys a full 360 of him. That's him in his front view. Got nice texture going on here on his, I don't know what you call that, the lower part of his tunic. It's got this nice armor with nice little bony details, nice chalk white face with his menacing looking glare. Horde symbol over there is red. Here's a rear view. So I really like the way they got all those bones lined up. Nice combination of black and silver. As you can see, he has his those bone design going all around his calves, around his ankles, and he's got his Donald Duck, mechanical Donald Duck feet going on over there. And I have his cannon arm on. Yeah. Hordak is sort of a shapeshifter if you watch the original cartoon. So here he is. As far as articulation goes, his head's on a ball joint, so it could go all around, up and down. Though he can't really doesn't seem to tilt all the way up too much, but good enough. As long as he kind of gives that menacing glare, that's good. His arm goes all around, up and down. He can twist at the bicep. He's got a double jointed elbow, so you could get a full curve. So there he is, curving, making that full curve. His wrists go up, down, all around, and they're replaceable. You could do the splits, as you can see. His leg kicks that much forward. So this thing flexes, so it's pretty cool, and kicks that much backwards, so it's pretty posable. You can more or less do that type of front split. You could twist his thigh, double jointed knees for a nice full extend, twist at the calf, turn around his feet. They can also go up and down, and you can turn him at the waist, and you can also tilt side to side at the chest, although the movement's a bit impeded by his armor, but that's cool. The armor looks really cool. So that's Hordak. Pretty good figure by Mattel. I mean, I like this figure. Looks really close to the 80s cartoon. Very close. Now he comes with a swappable right arm, so I'm going to pluck this out. He has another right arm that looks like this. Looks identical to his left. Put that in there. Goes in pretty easily, so it's pretty good. Now you could swap out his hands. He's got this right trigger hand and this left open hand. So it's pretty easy to, more of a holdy hand. It's pretty easy to replace it. Just pluck it out. Shove it in. There. This trigger hand goes pretty well with this accessory. He has a crossbow. It's a chalk white crossbow that kind of looks like some sort of dragon or bat creature. Yeah, maybe it's a dragon. Kind of looks like a dragon. With this little energy string and energy projectile. And it clamps to his wrist pretty easily like that. Now he's got his crossbow hand. He also comes with this cool little shield. Little horde shield, which slides. You can slide it to his left hand pretty easily. Just put it there. You could swap out this hand so he could grasp this part inside. So that's what this probably what this hand is for. Not bad at all. It looks pretty good. Host of accessories. Now let's take these things off. Now back to his cannon arm, because Hordak is a shapeshifter. He comes with this little effect, which looks cool, like he's firing out something. Or he comes with this other accessory, which is a clamp hand. So it looks like a robotic clamp hand in case he needs to hold something that requires a robot hand to hold. That's pretty cool. And he also comes with a cape. Little cape with little jagged edges. His head's removable, and so is his collar. Three holes, 3 studs. That's how you remove the collar. And the cape has 3 holes, so you can just slide it in. So he's gonna have a more regal look when you give him his cape. So pretty easy to just switch out his parts. There he is. Looks good with a cape. He is a 7-inch figure. Here he is with his arch nemesis, She-Ra. They scale well. Hordak looks like a kind of reminds me of a linebacker somehow with all the padding he has going on, but he's powerfully built. So it's a pretty good figure. Again, another close up to see his glory. It's pretty nice. This thing slides up and down. It's like, you know, part of his costume, and it looks pretty good also with a cape. Cape's got a pretty good material. Nice details he has going on, even on his belt. So this is an overall cool figure. I like it a lot. Here we have his box. Princess of Power Hordak. Mattel. Masterverse. 30 points of articulation and the 40-year logo, because it's been 40 years since that 40-year anniversary. That's the front view. It's got nice little rocky design in the back. Side view, you got nice art of Hordak with his cannon arm. The rear view, that's him sitting on his throne, and he has like electric bolts coming out of his fingers. He's got a little antenna in the back, and this dude with the sucker arms. I know this guy, but his name is in the tip of my tongue. But here's Mantenna, his little lieutenant who likes to always open up his trap door and Mantenna falls down. The other ones in the line, there is She-Ra, which I have. Another version of He-Man, Zodak, Skeletor, and Catra. Here's the bottom view of the box. And the top view. So that is his box. Pretty nice art in the box, I gotta say. Nice little Hordak art. This one just says Hordak. It says here, ruthless leader of the evil horde. There he is. Pretty sweet. Might as well read the little writing over there. Hordak, ruthless leader of the evil horde. Banished from Eternia by his pupil Skeletor, the vile Hordak rules the planet Etheria from the Fright Zone with cruel technology and dark magic. This ruthless tyrant delights in the pain and misery of others, even those in his evil horde who are most loyal to him. So, as mentioned, he likes dropping this guy in water in this castle. He has a trapdoor, and this guy is the subject of his abuse. So growing up as a kid, I watched a lot of She-Ra back in the day, some reruns of She-Ra, and you know, it was I think I watched She-Ra before I watched the reruns of He-Man. So I got to see She-Ra and Hordak in the show. Now, I know in the story that Hordak's supposed to be Skeletor's mentor, but somehow Skeletor seems more powerful to me, because Skeletor's got all kinds of powers depending on the plot. He could teleport, he could bring stones to life, he could shoot all kinds of bolts and freeze people and disappear and appear and sort of teleport his Havoc staff. Hordak's pretty powerful too. He's out-muscled by She-Ra. She-Ra's like physically stronger than him. But Hordak kind of reminds me of, looking back, he reminds me of Apocalypse somehow, because he could shapeshift certain parts of his body into technological things. Case in point, he can turn this arm a lot into a cannon. He can turn his whole body into a Hordak-faced tank. He can turn himself into a rocket with a Hordak face. So he's a shapeshifter. That seems to be his main power. And he's pretty durable too, but he seems to be like a shapeshifter, like Apocalypse. He could fire concussive force from his body, and he's got some energy bolts firing from his body. But he shapeshifts a lot. So he reminds me of Apocalypse of X-Men, actually, with his powers. Somehow Skeletor seems like he has more powers, but yeah. But Hordak seems like, technological sorcery. because he could shapeshift a lot. So, yeah. So that's what I remember about Hordak. And he snorts a lot when he talks. Overall, this figure though looks good. I think this figure looks nice. It really looks like the Hordak from the 80s cartoon I used to watch. Good representation of him. And it has a nice feel to it. Overall, I like the way he looks. He looks bulky, he looks menacing. I can imagine him, it's like the cartoon coming to life with him snorting and barking orders from his Horde minions. I think in the show, based on the dialogue, he is Horde Prime's brother. I assume younger brother. Horde Prime is the stronger one. And yeah. So this guy's like a technological sorcerer, I guess. Or a cyborg. I couldn't really figure it out when I was a kid, but his power blends technology with magic. And he's a pretty cool character overall. And a good arch nemesis for She-Ra. So, my final thoughts is it's a pretty good toy. So, thanks for watching, guys.